about different things that I do that help me when it comes to keeping on top of my mental health. You know, really bad rejection. And I said, oh, my mental health was really robust because this news would have finished me. It genuinely is okay to ask for help. It doesn't make you weak, it just makes you smart. Hello everyone, welcome in. It's your girl Creatively Anzy and welcome to my creative corner of YouTube. On Thursday it was World Mental Health Day. Happy World Mental Health Day. It's a day dedicated to raising awareness about mental health, mental well-being, and having open and honest conversation about people's mental well-being. I am a huge advocate for mental health. It's no secret that I'm always talking about mental health, different things that I do, and tools that I utilize to keep on top of my mental health. Mental health is at the core of everything that we do. You know, how you handle situations when you're in a crisis, how you handle different situations, stressful situations, how we think, feel and behave. It's all down to our mental health. And I mean, I see mental health as a journey and not a destination. It's sort of an ongoing project, as it were. This year I got the semicolon tattoo. Now, if you don't know the semicolon tattoo, it represents different things surrounding mental health. It's basically when an author could have stopped the story but chose to continue. It's, you know, your story isn't over, and people use it to symbolize sort of surviving suicide, self-harm, depression, that sort of thing. And I'm a survivor of those things as well. And I say survivor, but the journey is still continuing. The surviving is still surviving. So I wanted to talk today about different things that I do that help me when it comes to keeping on top of my mental health, you know. And the first thing that I do, which I've spoken about so many times, is meditation. I can't praise meditation enough. I would say it helps save my life, you know. Meditation, it helps. I have sickle cell anemia, that's an inherited blood disorder, and it helps me in terms, when I first discovered meditation, it was for the pain. I was like, oh, this is really good at utilizing, you know, sort of calming your mind, telling yourself, this is not painful, and it doesn't feel as painful. So that was what I first used meditation for, but it helps with reducing stress. Of course, it also helps with reducing pain. Getting on top of your pain and being able to manage pain as well. The pain is still there, but being able to manage something is what meditation is helpful for, because it gives you tools in which to calm your mind. And so it's very good in like stressful situations. It's very good with sleep. Actually, you get better sleep when you can meditate. You can do meditations specifically for sleep, but the tools that you learn from meditation, like calming your mind, breathing exercises, all those are very useful when you're trying to sleep and your mind is just racing. It helps with anxiety, it helps with depression, it helps with your memory. Apparently, research suggests that it helps with your memory. I have seen this. I'm glad there's research that suggests this too, though, with recalling things, because when you're like, oh, what was that thing? Let me be calm, let me be zen. I know, but it actually works, which is amazing. So meditation is very good for your mental health. And it's also good for like self-reflection as well. When you meditate, there's a lot of self-reflection that happens. And so you can sort of check in with yourself. So that's why I love meditation. And those are like, that's just like skimming how many benefits of I could do a whole video on meditation alone, which I might. The next thing that helps me is also my family, my friends and family, your support system. Having people that you know and trust, who you can check in with and talk about, oh look, I'm struggling with this thing, what do you think? This, that and the other. It's so important. Human beings, we are social creatures. You know, we want to talk to other people, we want to be reaching out. And in my family, every Sunday we have a family meeting. It sounds very like family meeting, but we talk, chill out, keep in touch with like one of the oh, how's your week doing? How are you feeling? How's this? How's that going? And it connects us so much. You know, there's always like excuse, oh, this person's busy, that person's busy. It takes like 2 minutes to check on something, like a quick message. Oh, video. I like to video call my friends. Like, I want to see your face. I want to hear your voice. You're a real person, not a simulation kind of thing. So it's important that, if we can't always physically meet, which is obviously the most ideal, seeing someone's face, talking to someone, checking in with them, you know, not just like 2 lines of like, oh, what you doing? WID, you know, like, no, just have a real conversation. So these are really important to check in with yourself. Like, oh, they asked how my week was, and you were like, how was my week actually? Or with them as well, you know, check on your strongest friends too, because, or if you're the strong friend, like, the next point is also social media. I know I'm using social media to get this message out there, but what I like to say is use social media, don't let it use you. It's very important that you're not spending all day like scrolling on social media. For me, because sometimes I'm just like, oh my god, an hour went by, what the frick? I have a timer. I have like these apps have different times. 10 minutes per day for each social media app. It's not 10 minutes, but you can set yourself like this is the amount of time that you want to spend on things. If you feel like you need that, or you can just say like, oh, you can just tell yourself to stop. If you feel like, oh, I just can't tell myself to stop, this is a funny meme, and then you're this, and then you've gone so far from what you first logged on for, you can put timers on your social media, which is something that I've recently implemented. And also making sure that the algorithm is what works for you. You know, my algorithm is a lovely place when I go to my For You page. It's, oh, this uplifting story, oh, this funny meme, this thing. It's very much catered to something that is positive, because I like seeing positivity. You know, it's like, oh, this is sad, so what's happening here? I'm not saying that's what I want my social media to be for, you know. If I want some hard truths, I'll go find them. But make sure that you're catering it to yourself and you're not losing yourself in rabbit holes. But because it's so positive, I'm like, oh, I can stay on this all day. But that's why it's timer locked as well. So also in terms of like your mental health, making sure that what you consume in media is you're careful with it. You're very, very careful with what you're consuming in different medias, and fact checking, and sometimes putting down the phone and go touch some grass, you know. I mean, also, when we're talking about mental health, of course, physical health is as important, and they help. They one helps the other. You know, it's a symbiotic relationship. Having good physical health also helps your mental health. You know, when you exercise, it releases endorphins. These are the happy feelings that you go, oh yeah, I did it. I like to do low impact exercise because I have sickle cell. So like walking and swimming, these are very good exercises to do, low impact in it. You know, when you are feeling good about your body, you're feeling strong, it also mentally you're feeling strong too. And it's also, I feel like walking helps with like, you know, reflecting as well. You're walking and thinking, that sort of thing. So being in nature as well, I think that's my next point. Just getting away from, I think, getting away from it all. But I'm serious, you don't have to go so very far. Maybe a park, a nice walk, somewhere, just somewhere not in where you usually go to, so you can sort of clear your mind and that you can just check in with yourself. And for me, it brings me back a sense of wonder, and it grounds me as well. So it makes me like feel like, oh, the universe, and it also grounds me to like, oh, I really love my family, my this, my that, and we're attached to this earth. So for me, going into nature is very important, and if you can do that, I would say at least once a week, but if you can't get away, at least once a month, making sure that you go into nature to just touch them. But I know that that's the same, because it's like we could sometimes feel like we're too locked into our working lives or this or that, and it's like a rat race and hustle culture, and you just forget why you start doing these things. So for your mental health, it's very important to also go into nature and just reconnect with the world at large. In saying all of these things and doing all these handy tips that I'm doing, I'm not an expert. And sometimes you need that extra bit of help. Again, I'm a huge advocate for therapy. I was in therapy for years because for different things. I had sickle cell anemia, you know, it's very sad times. I'm joking, but it's sometimes it's okay to ask for help. It genuinely is okay to ask for help. It doesn't make you weak, it just makes you smart. It's okay to admit, you know what, I'm not feeling it right now, I need some extra help. That just makes you a smarter person. That just makes you like, oh, you know, I want to prepare for this, that, and the other. Being the strong black woman, that's actually okay. Sometimes I do want to be the strong black woman, but other times I'm like, you know what, I think I'm the damsel in distress, you know, I want to be saved. So it's important to know when you need that extra bit of help. And I want to say, like, shout out to my therapist. He is a real one, helped me through so many things. And you can want to go to therapy for different things. Maybe you feel like you're I know your family will never feel like this, but maybe you feel like, oh, I'm a burden to them. I'm doing these thoughts maybe that are in your head that maybe you'll stop yourself from sharing. You can go to someone who's a professional who will know how to maybe unpack different things. Maybe you're from, sometimes some families aren't always the best, unfortunately, and it's your family that's causing you to, need an extra bit of help. So and being able to talk to them, like, how do I talk to this person about that and the other without making a professional will be able to answer those questions and will be able to unpack that for you as well. So I definitely feel like therapy is crucial. If everybody got therapy, the world would be a better place. So those are the different things that I would do, and heavy on the if just asking for help and not firming it, like, oh, I'm firming it. Sometimes, okay, it's okay to, you're navigating the world is not easy. It's good to have thick skin, but you don't have to have it in every aspect of your life. Like when I'm here, I'm at home, the softest of skins, marshmallow, because I know I'm in a safe space. So you need to be able to have a place where, this is the place where the armor gets taken off and I can be a marshmallow. You can be that little kid that you were, that's locked inside, that gets let out sometimes, So it's really important to keep checking on your mental health. Like I said, it's a journey. It's not, oh yeah, I did all these things, fixed. And those are the different things that I also utilize. The last thing that I also utilize is journaling. Now I don't journal as much as my siblings do. They utilize journaling much more than I do, but journaling is really good. Just getting your thoughts down on paper, the actual physical act of writing something down. I think sometimes we've lost that magic of, oh, this feels good. I am a writer, of course I'm going to advocate for writing something down, but it's like, oh, this is what I was thinking. And then, so as you're writing, you're also mulling it over in your head. So that's why journaling is so important. And it's just like, I feel like sometimes it pulls those negative thoughts and just puts it there. Like, oh, I feel like I feel freer. Then you can read like, oh, that's why. Sometimes when it's inside your head, it's like, oh, how do I figure this out? And it's outside on paper. It's like you're almost looking at it from the outside. I think that's why journaling is so important, because you can get those thoughts out of your head, for like a moment, and to reflect on them as well. So those are the different things. So as a roundup, because I feel like I mentioned quite a few different things, meditation, couldn't advocate for meditation. More physical exercise, very important. Managing your social media usage, also very important. Having a really good support system, family, friends, very, very key. Seeking professional help, like a therapist, or if you have a social worker, that sort of thing, those are very important. Connecting with nature, being in nature, exceptionally important. And also journaling. Journaling, I would really, really recommend journaling. Different things that you can utilize. And I know some people also color. There's so many different ways in which you can keep on top of your mental health. These are just things that I utilize that really have really helped me. And understanding that it's okay to be like, oh, well, I had a relapse, I had this, I had that. And giving yourself grace as well. Like it's a journey. It's not like, oh, I'm fine, I'll never be depressed again, I'll never be this way again. It's knowing that these feelings will happen and occur, but I have all of these tools here so that it does happen. And I remember my sister and I, we as a family, we've been going through things. And I said to her, I got like a really bad rejection. And I said, oh, my mental health was really robust, because this news would have finished me. It would have finished me in the past. But I was like, I think I'm handling this well. I know I'm going to maybe meditate. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. If I need to cry, I'm going to cry a little bit. That's okay. It's taken me years to be able to say that statement right there. Because I'm just like, oh, cry. I don't want to see it. But it's okay. It's okay to cry sometimes, It's all right. And so it's really important but it took me a long time to get here. So just trust the process and trust that it will take time, but you will get there. And I think when you're in the middle of it, it's like, oh, it's so far to dig yourself out that hole. And then sometimes oh, how do I get back here again? You're like, am I ever going to be free from these emotions? But you are. You will get there. It's not easy, I know, but you will. There is, that glimmer of hope, that thing at the end of the tunnel. You're gonna get there, and you're going to see that it's okay, and it's okay to stumble, but there's other people around you so you won't fall. that kind of thing. So thank you so much for watching. Again, if you are struggling or anything like that, please, please, please talk to somebody. I promise you, even like, you matter, you really do matter. Even if it's just to yourself, you matter to you first. Love yourself and give out that love too, and talk to someone if you need help. Please do. So happy World Mental Health Day, and thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also let me know if you guys do different things in terms of helping with your mental health too. Thanks again. Bye.